Um, with that being said, we're gonna kind of get into the hot free agent that's been on the market for some time and been flirting with a lot of teams. Odell, we kind of see him going to the Giants facility and he's kind of flirting with like going back to New York. Um, Other playoff contenders that can use him, like the Bucks, the Cowboys could possibly use him, being that they've been struggling at the receiving position. Um, Obviously the Packers. You want to play with a great quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers wants to have kind of that safety blanket outside of Randall Cobb, and outside of Lazard. There's not much really help there, and it's like Alan Lazard. I mean, you throw him on any other team, he's probably the third string or probably the third option. Then you have the Niners, the Bills, and the Chiefs. So I mean, as far as the best fit, what do you think is the best fit for Odell? And as far as like, what team you think will go after him? What do you think like would really be the whole outcome of it?
Yeah, well, I think all the teams you stated are going to be going after him, as well as his team last year, the Rams, and probably the Ravens as well. So all those teams will be looking into his services. I mean, I'm sure more teams would want him, but these are the teams that have been linked to him at some point in some way. I don't think there's really any teams outside of that. But yeah, I mean, look, some of these teams they might have made more sense earlier on, and now they probably don't make as much sense. And so, and a team like the Packers is one of those teams, right? If you're the Packers, yeah, do you want Odell? Of course you want Odell. But if you're Odell, do you want the Packers now? Right?
Yeah,
Looking at their record, looking at how they've been playing, you might say to yourself, "Oh yeah, I can help them a lot." But why go to the Packers if you could go to another team that um, has more potential to win a Super Bowl this year, which is clearly what he's talked about,
right.
and everyone knows his intentions, and it's why he probably hasn't re-signed with the Rams after they won the Super Bowl because he's keeping his options open and looking to one be somewhere where he fits, which he proved he did fit with the Rams, but also to be in contention for another Super Bowl. So I think the Packers are kind of out at this point. The 49ers have been playing well. I don't think he goes to the 49ers. I think, just offensively, that's not the type of place that he's going to thrive in
Right.
the way that he probably wants. Like, what's the point of going somewhere where they're just going to run, 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 run? Probably just not the best fit, even though they're a pretty solid team. Then you look at a team like the Cowboys, and the Cowboys use them. Yeah, will the fit work? I don't know. I
Yeah, I'm
don't.
not
I
sure
don't.
if
I
that'll
don't
work
really see it.
necessarily.
I don't really see it. They need help, but with their offense, but their defense is kind of what's been hankering them. I don't see him going to a Cowboys team that, yeah, they have a pretty decent record, and you have a quarterback there in Dak who can get him the ball, but there's always a lot of drama. If he doesn't perform well, look, we saw how loud it got in a place like Cleveland. Why go to a team like Dallas,
Yeah,
where they having struggles
and
and
they've
yeah,
been
they have
unstable.
CD. You have CD Lamb there, but he's a young receiver, right? He's not, a super talented number one solid guy where you're going to be able to play off him like you do with the Rams and Cooper Cup. With the Rams, um, he fit there last year, but they're struggling a lot. Can he probably slide in there and help their team? Yeah, but when their record isn't that great right now and they're struggling,
Do you
well,
want to put
yeah,
yourself in
they
that
they don't
position?
seem to be Super Bowl contenders this year. That's just not the feeling at this moment. I don't know if you slide in and limit yourself, and being that you didn't sign already with them,
kind of, yeah,
You left your options open. I don't see why you would pigeonhole yourself and go back. If that was the case, you should have just
re-signed, yeah.
re-signed with them and rehab the whole time with their facilities. So that doesn't look like to happen. So yeah, then we get to the other teams. You have the Ravens, good team. It's kind of similar to the Cowboys though in terms of why go there when you
Yeah.
might not be a perfect fit in that offense. The Bucks are a team where he's talked about wanting to play with Brady. With their struggles, I don't know how much sense it makes. Plus, they have all the weapons, right? If they were doing good, I think the Bucks would be a very strong choice for him, right? Being in Florida, the taxes down there, not paying that state tax, being in warm weather with that, with those injuries is helpful versus playing in cold weather. But I don't see it. I don't know how you look at that roster and look at those receivers and think, oh, I'm gonna be the guy who changes everything. You have
Yeah.
Evans and Godwin there. I mean,
How
they
much can you really change?
yeah, they have weapons. If it's not working, you're probably not going to be the reason to change it. So that takes out most of the list right there. You have the Giants, right? The Giants are a team I think similar to the Cowboys and Ravens. He doesn't necessarily fit with as well. I think what could help the Giants is just being that he started his career there, the whole familiarity with
Nostalgia.
there.
Yeah.
He's still friends with a lot of the players that are over there. Saquon is still there. We know they communicate all the time. They brought back a guy like Landon Collins. There's still, and I'm sure there's still other people in the building there that, you
That
know,
he's fond with, I'm
yeah.
sure.
But if you're looking at Super Bowls, are the Giants the place to go?
Probably
Probably
not.
not.
Not
Probably
right
not.
now.
Right. If you make the play to the Giants, it's more nostalgic. It's more, oh, this team is coming back. I could help them. Maybe win more games. Maybe we could make a run. Like the Giants are a team that could get hot and make a run historically. So there is that, but it's probably not like one of your better bets to do so. And then that leaves you with the Bills and the Chiefs, who I think are the top choices. I mean, if you're Odell, I don't see how one of those aren't where you go.
Yeah.
Solid quarterback. You have other options in the Chiefs. Kelsey, right, is their main target. You get to play off him and be one of those. As a wide receiver, you can move Odell all over the place. You have speed in other places with Nicole Hardman. You have a guy like Juju
And
who
Kadarius.
is not. Yeah. They're not absolute number one solid receivers, but Kelsey's gonna pull a bunch of attention away from Odell and could get him open. We know Mahomes as his magic. He can air it out. He can get him the ball. Andy Reid running that offense with Eric Bieniemy. There's a lot of solid results there for him to look at and be like, okay, I could come here and they should be in contention for a Super Bowl. So that's a good choice. And then you have the Buffalo Bills where we know a lot of the same things apply, right? Great team, well run organization, playoff aspirations.
He's close with Von Miller on top
Yeah,
of that.
Von Miller goes
So
there, who he just played with in LA. Von Miller's been talking about getting Odell to Buffalo since probably
the
before the
beginning of this,
season.
yeah,
So he's been kind of making a case for that. And to go play with a quarterback like Josh Allen, he's not gonna have a problem getting you the ball. You're opposite of a guy like Diggs, who's feasting this year.
right.
You should see plenty of opportunities. We see what it does for somebody like Gabe Davis. Even if you're
Yeah,
Odell, you got to be like, oh, if Gabe Davis is able to go off, I should be able to go off too.
for sure. Yeah, I
So
think I think that would be a really good fit for Odell. I think hypothetically speaking, that'll probably be the best fit for him, being that, and then on top of that, it's like he's still in New York,
mhm.
so it's like it's not the Giants, but you're able to be in the same like area, and I think that's where it's like more so like obviously he liked LA, but it's like he's not against New York, so I mean maybe Buffalo is a spot for him. So I mean we'll see what the outcome is with who he signs with. I think whoever he signs with, he's going to be a great help because it just opens up so much. Like he's just so diverse as a as an offensive weapon.